There are 30 to 35,000 businesses operating in Montgomery County. Combined, these businesses are responsible for almost half of the waste generated in the county. That's almost 600,000 tons of material every year. Together, we can significantly reduce the amount and types of waste that are disposed of in the county. In fact, this is one of the major goals of the Montgomery County Division of Solid Waste Services, to reduce waste and recycle 50% of all waste generated in the county. We'll need help from all Montgomery County businesses, including employees like you, to get this done. As an employee in Montgomery County, it's important to know what must be recycled and how easy it is to recycle at your workplace. Montgomery County is here to help you. The county's SORRT program stands for Smart Organizations Reduce and Recycle Tons. SORRT provides educational materials, flyers, posters, even videos like this one. They can even have someone come and do a special presentation for you and your fellow employees about recycling. I'm probably going to need some assistance explaining all this, so I've asked a couple of experts to help me out. Professor?
Thank you. Things are very busy here, but I always have time to help out when it comes to recycling. Recycling is easy, and everybody needs to recycle here in Montgomery County. But maybe you're not sure if materials can be recycled. You can recycle lots of items. For one, you can recycle mixed paper. That's all types of paper, including old memos you never read, envelopes. Yes, even those envelopes with the little plastic window in them, cardboard, newspapers, magazines, and paperback books can be recycled too. Basically, any clean, dry paper, all mixed together in one container as mixed paper. Oh, and how about those glass juice bottles? Aluminum cans and foil products and bimetal cans and all plastic bottles like this one. These types of items get all mixed together and placed in one container also. We call it Commingled Materials. It's easy. They sort the materials so you don't have to. Well, we'll explain more about this later. Recycling is important, you know, for us, for our children, our children's children.
That's right, Professor. It is all about helping out and conserving natural resources. However, you should also know that your business is legally responsible for making sure that recycling is in fact taking place and that it is reported correctly. In fact, it's the law in Montgomery County. Under Montgomery County Executive Regulation 15-04 it very clearly states all businesses must recycle as described in Section 3C3 herein. Forthwith, businesses and their employees must recycle mixed or sorted paper, commingled materials, yard trim, Christmas trees, and scrap metal. Section 3C4 provides information for verification of information, and 3C5 and 6 moves on to the recycling plan businesses must develop and the subsequent filing of annual reports to the county. There's also a component requiring that a good faith effort be made by the business to educate employees and customers.
Yes, like we're doing right now. I'm not entirely sure what she's saying, so we've brought in an interpreter to help with the legal talk. Ma'am, could you help us out here?
Now, before I go on, let me explain that the county does not collect the recycling from your business. Private collectors are contracted by your business to collect the refuse and recyclable materials. Executive Regulation 15-04 requires businesses to use a Montgomery County licensed collector to collect recyclable materials. They also must document the type and amount of these recyclable materials.
She says we should recycle. It's the law in Montgomery County, and your business can be fined if you don't comply.
Well, it seems we have some work to do to get you up to speed on business recycling. Let's start with the reasons you should recycle. That should help you understand why it's so important to do your part. Professor?
Yes, thank you. First of all, our focus groups, made up of employees and managers like you, have told us that people recycle for several reasons.
It's the law.
Oh, yes, that's a very important one, but there are other reasons. To save the environment and protect natural resources for our children and for future generations. It helps businesses to save money, and because it's simply just the right thing to do.
You know it's easy to comply with the county's business recycling regulations, don't you?
Really? How so?
Our firm is like a lot of businesses in Montgomery County. We use all kinds of paper and recycle it together as mixed paper.
Mixed paper is all types of paper recycled together in the same bin.
Right. I was about to say that. Anyway, mixed paper is any clean, dry paper, and it simply needs to make it into a properly labeled recycling bin. How difficult is that? Many of you might even have these right beside your desk.
She says it's not hard to recycle paper, just make sure it's clean and dry.
Right. That's what I thought I said. By the way, shredded paper is recyclable too. Just mix it in with your other paper unless your employer has a separate container for shredded paper only.
All right, thanks. Let's take a look at recycling in action. Here's an employee at a local business. Her desk is full of past projects, file folders, mail, and other documents. She can recycle any or all of the paper in her office. She simply needs to put it into her mixed paper recycling bin. It's that easy. Well, that's one way of doing it. However, we recommend that you look through it first to see if you need to keep any of it.
Most of the material generated in offices is mixed paper, so your business can be of a great help by placing recycling bins in convenient places throughout your office. You know, near copiers, printers, and by every desk. Don't forget to capture all other recyclable materials by placing bins out for those too, such as glass bottles and jars. Other plastics, including plastic containers, jars, tubs, lids, pails, buckets, and plastic flower pots, and bimetal cans, aluminum cans, and foil. If you're an office, business, or property manager, please don't forget to spend a few moments talking to your cleaning contractor to educate them about your recycling program. Make sure recycling is included in your janitorial service contract. Also, don't forget that items like toner and ink cartridges can be recycled through the vendors you purchase them from. Now let's talk more about commingled materials. You remember that term?
Well, Professor, not really. What are commingled materials?
I'm not sure that I know what commingled means.
Well, it means that any acceptable type of recyclable container can be mixed together in the same bin. This includes anything such as aluminum cans and aluminum foil products, bimetal steel or tin cans, glass bottles and jars, and plastics including plastic containers, jars, tubs, lids, pails, buckets, and even plastic flower pots. These items are recycled together in the commingled recycling container.
Any business that sells food or beverages in recyclable packaging need to provide recycling bins to their employees and customers for their use. If your business has a vending machine, make sure that there's a recycling bin for commingled materials right next to it. It's the law.
Besides mixed paper and commingled materials, businesses must also recycle scrap metal items, yard trim, and Christmas trees. Have your landscaper grass cycle on site by simply leaving grass clippings right on the lawn.
Grass cycling returns valuable nutrients back to the soil, and it reduces the need for commercial chemical fertilizers that are harmful to the environment.
How about this? This is incredible artwork, and while beauty is in the eye of the beholder, it's not really helping the environment stacked on a desk like this. I don't think it's headed for the world's most famous art museums either. While this is a great idea for reuse, send them back for a new life by putting them in the commingled material recycling container. You don't need to sort them. It'll be taken care of later. But rinse them out. I'm going to put this back where it belongs.
By the way, if you want to copyright any of your recycling art, I know a good lawyer.
Let's take a look at how retail employees can help the county's recycling efforts. Most retail establishments generate significant amounts of cardboard. This is easy to recycle. If you can't reuse the boxes for moving or storing things, simply recycle them with your mixed paper. Be sure to check with your business first. You may have to keep cardboard separate from other types of paper and place it in a recycling compactor. Take this retail employee, for example. He's got some good moves, but does he have the right moves? He fakes left, moves right past the recycling container, does a spin move, and slam dunks the cardboard box into the regular trash dumpster. Oh, so close, but oh no! He might think he's made some great moves here, but in fact he has not. Let's go over to the play to see what he should have done. What a great move! He's going strong to the mixed paper recycling container outside his store. Check out the footwork and great hands. That's a sign of great effort. Well, there he goes. He slides that cardboard box right into the mixed paper recycling container. Don't trash that cardboard box. Remember to recycle it instead.
Different types of businesses generate different amounts and types of materials. Be familiar with your business and know what can be recycled.
If I may interject, going back to Montgomery County Executive Regulation 15-04AM for a moment, there is a component of reporting that is required for businesses in the county. The reporting requirements require the following documents be filed by property managers or managers of the business: a business recycling plan and an annual recycling and waste reduction report.
What she's really saying is, once you've set up your business's recycling plan and are recycling, you may then need to file an annual recycling and waste reduction report with the county that shows what's being recycled. The report also includes a section to describe how the business educated their employees, tenants, and customers.
There are deadlines to file the reports. Large businesses need to file the report by February 1st of each year. Medium and selected small businesses, as well as property owners of multi-tenant facilities, need to file by March 1st. The reports are easy to complete, and you can even file them online.
So what happens to the materials that are put into the recycling bins? Many of us would like to know.
Well, mixed paper becomes newspaper, copier paper, new cardboard boxes and pencils and more. Aluminum and bimetal cans are recycled into other cans. Aluminum siding, windows, and automobile parts. Plastics become playground equipment, carpeting, lumber, and recycling bins like these. Glass goes from a recycling bin and back to a store shelf in 30 days. An estimated 80% of recovered glass containers are made into new glass bottles and jars. Make sure that you look to buy recycled products when you're shopping. Look for this symbol. Your business can help close the loop. Buy recycled today.
Well, thanks for your time. Before we go, do you have any final thoughts?
Yes, of course I do. Recycling. Do it for the environment and do it for your children. Your children's children. Their children. And their
In
children.
summation, ladies and gentlemen, it is easy to recycle. It saves the environment and natural resources. It helps your bottom line. It is the right thing to do, and it's the law in Montgomery County.
Yeah, that about sums it up.
Thank you all. Remember, SORRT provides a number of educational materials, and county staff are available to help set up your recycling efforts. Thanks for watching.